Welcome everyone to another edition of The Rundown, what is the final edition of this 2023 season. I'll be joined by Drew Moor to talk about the match between FC Dallas and the Colorado Rapids, where the Rapids might have felt a bit unlucky to not earn the full 3 points at Toyota Stadium. And then from there, we're gonna preview the match against Real Salt Lake, where they will play them here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park to close out the 2023 season. That and more on The Rundown. All right, Drew, last one of the season as we're getting ready to close out this 2023 season for the Colorado Rapids. Before we look ahead to Real Salt Lake for the last match here at home at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, let's look back at the match against Dallas at Toyota Stadium. Strong performance from them. I think you could say that they were unlucky to not get the full 3 points. Dallas very lucky to have that 1 point to keep them in the playoff hunt. Nothing guaranteed for them, but again, the Rapids put in a strong performance at Toyota Stadium.
They did. I think that's a difficult place to go play. Toyota Stadium. FC Dallas are always strong at home. It was great to see Rafa Navarro get his first goal. He's embodied what you want from a DP striker, right? And while the production will be questioned, the work that he puts in and day out, both on the training field and in matches, both sides of the ball has been impressive. But really, it was a workmanlike performance from everybody in Burgundy. Cole Bassett, again, pulling the strings in the midfield, nearly scored on the free kick that Navarro ended up putting away for his first goal. So I think the Rapids will walk away happy with the point, because it's always difficult on the road, especially in Dallas, but feeling like maybe they could have gotten the full 3 points.
For sure. Thankfully for Dallas, at least on their end, that 1 point at least keeps them in the playoff hunt. But on the flip side with the Rapids, where Dallas had the huge chunk of possession to start the game, first 10, 15 minutes or so. But from there, the Rapids followed through with what was a very strong performance, a very workmanlike effort from, as you mentioned, from Rafa Navarro, but from the rest of the group as well. Rafa, of course, getting his first goal with the Rapids. I think that lifts probably a big weight for him, that for goal scorers who you just need that first goal. Once you get it, you're good to go from there. The floodgates kind of open, Rafa. And outside of that, the work that he's been putting in, I think Chris Little did mention that in his press conference, where he said he's been a full consummate professional. Despite not getting his goals, despite things not going his way entirely, still putting in the work, still being there for the team, and he reaped the benefits of being in the right place at the right time after Cole Bassett unluckily did not score off the free kick, but Rafa was there to pick up the pieces and earn his first goal for the Rapids. So looking ahead now, Drew, that's a strong performance at Dallas. The Rapids will look to bring that back for their final regular season home game of the 2023 season here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, and of course against none other than against their rivals in Real Salt Lake, head coached by, of course, a Rapids legend, in Paulo Mastroeni, who's been there since the start of 2021. This Real Salt Lake side, the bare minimum is fight. It's just fight, really. That's really what it is. It's just fighting, and for every ball, for every second ball, it's fighting for absolutely everything. But outside of that, on top of that, rather, they have the quality with all these players that they brought in. Chicho Arango is one of them. However, we don't know his status after he came off injured recently in one of their matches. What do the Rapids need to do to close out their 2023 season against a strong quality RSL side that you know is going to bring it and has brought it this year at Dick's Sporting Goods Park?
Well, I very much dislike saying anything positive about Real Salt Lake, but you just said it, Mike. They're a team that embodies the way that their head coach, Pablo Mastroeni, played in his playing career. And first and foremost, you're gonna get an absolute battle from Real Salt Lake. They're gonna come ready to punch, ready to kick, ready to fight, ready to do whatever it takes, first and foremost, to get a result, especially against the Colorado Rapids. And then you put on top of that quality of players like Jefferson Savarino and Chicho Arango, who, again, we don't know his status yet, Damir Krylak, Anderson Julio. They're a team that is going to come in here still jockeying for playoff positioning and trying to secure a home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs for them. And the Rapids have to, at the very least, equal that intensity and that mentality of fighting and making sure to put in the shift, the intensity, the fight, and the passion that this rivalry game deserves and that this rivalry game needs. And if you start that, if that's your foundation, then your football and your home field advantage should take over. But I expect a war in this match from both sides, and I expect the Rapids to understand that this is fan appreciation, this is decision day, and while playoffs are out of reach, this is a way to finish the season on a positive against your bitter rivals.
Of course, Drew, you want to be able to close out this 2023 season, as difficult as it's been for the Colorado Rapids, do so in a good fashion here at home in front of the fans. Give them something to cheer for, to support the Burgundy boys, to close out this 2023 season. And just to kind of follow through this thread of this sort of resurgence, if you will, towards this latter part of the season, ever since Chris Little took on the interim basis of the head coaching position. So as Drew mentioned, that we do have this matchup against Real Salt Lake on Saturday, October 21st, here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can catch that match on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV, or come here to Dick's Sporting Goods Park for Fan Appreciation Night to catch your Burgundy boys for one last time this 2023 season. That'll do it for this edition and the final edition of The Rundown.